The day was going pretty well. You are happily typing your work while listening to music with a warm coffee on side. But suddenly something pops up to your mind. You decided to do something fun and adventurous. So, as usual, you go to your browser, where you are ready to experience your own world of wonder with comfort. But as you start to scroll, you realize it wasn't fun anymore. Same video you liked yesterday or day before yesterday is looking kind of boring now, since it's not interesting anymore, and you wanted to leave it anyway. You think now it's the time. But when you tries to quit it, you just simply can't do it. Even though it consumes your precious time, efforts, and you leave your goal just to watch it. Even with such urge to leave it, question still remains. Why? Well, the answer is dopamine. Well, I know most of you has already heard this term 1,000 times. But have you ever wondered how dopamine works? Well, it's a chemical. More precisely, a type of neurotransmitter, who is also single-handedly responsible for stopping you to work hard on your goals. So, by the description I just gave you, you already consider it to be a bad stuff. But what if I tell you it's actually not?
What are you, an idiot? And I should probably be watching you.
Well, it's actually so essential that without dopamine we all be dead by now. What the heck? Is it evil or saint? It's actually simply the best motivational guru. Let me show you how it works. So, you begin a task in order to reach to a certain outcome. And once you achieved it, your brain receives dopamine as an award. And this pleasure is so important that without it, you didn't even want to do simple things like breathing air or drink water. It's even worse that you aren't even motivated enough to live. Means without it, life is meaningless and impossible. But here is the catch. Different type of tasks release different amounts of dopamine. For example, eating pizza will release more dopamine than eating salad. And your mind loves to always get extra dopamine. So it will crave for pizza for its comparatively higher dopamine release as compared to salad. Even though there are things which we love, nothing can match the dopamine released by other gender from ancient human times. Now, let's go back to the topic. For this we have to go way back in time, back when we were younger and innocent. Let's assume our average dopamine tolerance was 20 at that time. Little things like toys gives us perk of happiness, and our mind loves dopamine perks. But a naughty day everything changes. We tried porn for first time ever in our life. That's the first time ever our little innocent self feel those desires. Even though they are virtual, but with a massive dopamine injection and happiness from it, we forget the difference, whether even it's real or fake. We never can even imagine anything like that, and here we are enjoying the moment and feeling just wow. Sometime forward, where in real life your crush neither know you nor like you. You wish that she thinks about you and like you, but she never did, so you tries to at least achieve similar virtual effect. And that's exactly where these virtual women take place. They are way cuter than your crush, who tries their best to make you feel loved and special. Now this ejects a lot of dopamine regularly and gives you a good feeling of happiness frequently, and you love it. And your irritating day begins again. Forcefully waking up, driving through honks, working hard, and fighting with idiots. All this work all day, and also, we have to do it every day. Our hard work was considered just normal stuff. You hate this cycle and want to be different from everyone. You want to reply to everyone who bullies you with a solid answer. You want to show everyone who you are and want to make a non-forgettable impact on the world. You want to be a great leader. A lot of people want to do it, and it will give unmatchable pleasure and satisfaction. But it required a lot of hard work and dedication. You always think you will do it, but you soon just end up thinking about it and never do anything. Even if you somehow manage to work hard, the odds of being so successful is so low. But now there is a cheat code. Now to escape from this reality, you just need to turn on your mobile. That's it. Here life was so different. The world was full of wonder and possibility. You can choose what to do and when to do it. You can literally customize the world here. You now have access to more women than the richest men in history ever could. And this surely releases a lot of dopamine. And again, your boring day begins. To escape from it, you again watch porn. It seems like a portal to heaven which escapes us from our current mess. But after a few times, things begin to fall apart. Now our dopamine consumption changes to 100, which pushes our tolerance from 20 to 100. Here things begin, since our mind now gets addicted to 100 level of dopamine release. Even if we now get 100 level of dopamine, now we won't feel great pleasure, because it is not a high jump from our normal intake. And since there is no jump, means no pleasure. So we finally decided with your power and strength to leave it, as it's not interesting anymore. But this will be lower than your current dopamine tolerance, so your mind will feel pain, as it is desperate to at least receive average dopamine level. A legendary battle will break out between your mind and your willpower. Your mind will strongly oppose your resist by giving you pain, not physically, but in the form of anxiety. It will try every way such as last time. And what's the worst that could happen? And in those cases, your mind shatters you. Your mind finally takes the dub. It's clear now you're not watching porn for those extra illegal pleasure. You are a slave of your mind who is doing it to release anxiety and pain. Now it's more like a checklist for you to complete. It's not like you're not getting any pleasure. It still is higher dopamine compared to your entire day. But the joy is nowhere near what it used to be for the same amount of dopamine.